Hello, I am Shanna Pizer at Coach Shanna P on all of the social medias, and I am the owner of Shanna Pizer Coaching. I am a Christian life and weight loss coach for women and also for teens. Welcome. Today, I'm going to talk about asking yourself what else is true when something that you believe as fact might be keeping you stuck. And I just want to say, I recorded this whole video, only to find out that it wasn't recording. So what we believe to be true is often not true. There are other things that could be true. So I did a reel the other day and it said, ask yourself this one question when you are feeling stuck. And sometimes we don't even recognize that we're feeling stuck, right? And my first example that I'm going to talk about, I didn't even recognize that this was causing me an issue. So my first example is the other day I was getting coached. I am working on losing some weight and I weigh myself every day. And I have determined that I don't have scale drama because I know that the number on the scale is just data. I know that I can't control the gravitational pull of the earth to my body on any given day. I can't control how much water my body retains on any given day. I can't control the amount of the hormones flowing through my body on any day and the courses of my cycle. I can't control any of that. And that all impacts the number on the scale. I can control what I eat, when I eat, how much I eat, whether I sleep enough or not, whether I drink my water, whether I move my body. So I really do focus on those things that I can control. And I weigh myself every day for the data because I like the data. I like to see the charts. And so as I was talking with my coach about this, it kept coming up. And I was talking about how frustrated I was because I'm following my protocol and the scale fluctuates and it's not going down as quickly as I would like to see it go down. And she asked me a question about weighing every day because I keep saying it like I enjoy weighing every day. I want to see that data. I like having that data, that information. And she asked me if it was worth it to me to have that data if it means that I have to keep managing my mind around the number on the scale. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't have scale drama. I don't. What do you mean? And so we talked about it, and she helped me to see that I can manage my mind around it. And I'm having to do that throughout the day when that number pops back in my head. And I'm having to remind myself it's just data. I can't control the gravitational pull of the earth on my body. I can't control how much water. Like I'm having to do that repeatedly throughout the day when that number pops in my head when I think about what the scale said that morning. And so I have just accepted as fact. I like weighing every day. I like seeing the data. That's what I want to do. And I haven't questioned that. And so her pointing this out to me or helping me to recognize this kind of opened myself up to it is true that I like seeing that data and that I know that I can't control what's going on in the scale each day. And I know that what I'm doing is what is best for my body, and I feel good when I'm doing it. And my eyes were opened up to what else is true, that it's costing me a lot of energy throughout my days when I weigh, if the scale isn't doing what I want it to be doing, I know I can't control it. And also, that number popping into my head all day long is causing me to then have to go through the extra mental energy of reminding myself it's just a number, it's just data. Like going through that multiple times a day is taxing on my energy. It is kind of low level, kind of beating me down. And so when she asked that, and I asked myself, okay, I like weighing every day because I do like having that data. And what else is true? Doing this is costing me extra energy that I really don't want to be expending. I don't really want to have to work so hard to be okay with the number on the scale. So it's possible that I don't want to weigh every day. And just having that conversation, I had not even considered not weighing every day because I believe I have committed myself to, I love the data, I want to weigh every day. And just asking the question, what else is true, opens me up to maybe I don't want to weigh every day. Maybe the cost of weighing every day and the mental work that it takes to talk myself through it several times a day isn't worth having that data. So that's one example of how your mind, your brain will go to work to support, to find evidence for that thing that you believe to be true. Weighing every day, I like the data. My brain's going to work for all of the reasons. It's looking for all of the reasons that I do want to weigh every day. And then when I open myself up to the question, what else is true? It's not beneficial for me to weigh every day. Then my brain can start going to work to find evidence for reasons that I don't need to weigh every day, for benefits of not weighing every day. So, where in your life are you believing something to be so true that you're just like holding on to it? You just believe it as fact that there might be something else that's true that is more helpful, that's more beneficial to you, but your mind is so focused on providing evidence for this one thing to be true, it's not even looking for other possibilities. So, where can you open up your mind to find other possibilities that could bring more freedom, that could bring more relief, that could bring more peace, more joy, more enjoyment, more connection in relationships? Another example that I have for myself is I used to believe, like I wholeheartedly believe that if I didn't work out in the morning, I couldn't work out at all. Like I couldn't possibly work out after work. I couldn't possibly be somebody that could come home and work out after I got home from work. And so if I don't work out in the morning, I can't work out. And I spent a lot of years getting up really early to exercise. And when I started working at the high school level, they started school really early. And so I would be getting up at 4:30, 4:45 to have time in the morning to do my morning routine, which is a non-negotiable for me. I get up, I have my coffee, I do my morning devotions, read my Bible, pray, do my planning for the day, journal a little bit maybe. And I do all of those things. And I would do that before I got ready for work. And then I would go to work and have to be there so early. And I would get off mid-afternoon and I would be exhausted. Like I got up really early and I've been working with high schoolers all day long. I'm exhausted. And I got to the point where I wasn't willing to get up any earlier to work out in the morning So I wasn't working out, because if I don't work out in the morning, then I can't work out. And then when I started to really focus on weight loss and getting healthy and waking up to my life and living on purpose, I redecided that I wanted to be somebody that moves my body on a consistent basis. And also, I don't want to get up earlier to work out first thing in the morning. So is it possible that I could work out in the afternoon after I got home from work? And before that, my brain kept going to, you can't possibly work out if you don't do it first thing in the morning. You're so tired in the afternoon, you have no energy, you know, on and on and on. And when I opened myself up to the possibility, maybe I can exercise in the afternoons. And then my brain starts going to work on why that's possible, how it would benefit me, all of the reasons that I should be able to work out in the afternoon. And it takes your brain from focusing on this one thing is true that isn't even beneficial to you, and opening up the possibilities that other things could be true. And when I would come home and go for a walk after work, I would feel so much better. I wasn't as tired anymore. It gave me a burst of energy to make it through the evening. And at the beginning, in the beginning of doing that, I would really have to like do a lot of self-talk throughout the day, when the thought would come in like, I don't want to go for a walk when I get home. I'm going to be so tired. And then I would start talking back to myself. What else is true? I'm working on being somebody that works out every day. And when I say workout, move my body, walk for 30 minutes, not training for a marathon or anything. And so I would be having to manage my mind throughout the day. And then as I found evidence and proved that evidence to be true, that I could go home and go for a walk, and I enjoyed it, and I felt better, I had more energy, I wasn't as tired, then the self-talk became less and less necessary, until it became, this is just my habit, it's what I do. I come home, I change my clothes, I go for a walk, get on the treadmill, do my weights, get on the bike, whatever it is. And so that thought, if I don't work out in the morning, I can't work out, it felt so true. And it was keeping me stuck. It was keeping me from being somebody that moved my body every day, because I decided I wasn't willing to get up any earlier to work out. I have one more example that is pretty recent, and I'm kind of hitting on different aspects, but this one has to do with my relationship with my husband. I was journaling a couple weeks ago, and I wrote the sentence, "We don't have anything in common." And I have said that in my mind a bazillion times. I have said it to other people. I've said it to my husband. We do not have anything in common. We've been married for almost 30 years. I've known him since I was 11 years old. Like, he's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. I love him. We love each other. So why do I keep telling myself this? And I believed it to be true. Like, this was just a belief I had. We don't have anything in common. And when I was journaling that one day, which writing things out, journaling is so beneficial just for this purpose, to bring awareness and to recognize when you're telling yourself things that might be true, and they also might be keeping you stuck. So I wrote that sentence and I stopped, and I was like, that's just something I keep telling myself. That is just a thought that I keep thinking. It is not a fact. And just stopping there and really saying that to myself, it was in my head, it wasn't out loud. It went from my brain finding all of the evidence for all of the things that we don't have in common, all of the examples of things that he likes to do that I don't like to do, that I like to do that he doesn't like to do, all of the things that we don't agree on. My brain has been going on expedition after expedition to find more and more things to prove that statement, that thought, true. We don't have anything in common. When I noticed that it is just a thought that I've been telling myself, what else is true? My brain opens up to the possibility that we may have things in common. And then my brain goes to work on telling me to finding all of the things that we have in common. And a lot of the things that we have in common are the really big things. We both love God. We both have personal relationships with Jesus. We both put God and the Word of God above everything else. We love going to church. We love worshiping. We both believe the Bible to be God's inspired word. Just that alone is huge to have in common with your spouse. We raised two amazing boys. We have that in common. We love them with our whole hearts. We're grandparents now. We have a grandbaby boy, and we could not possibly love that boy any more than we do. So then when my brain starts going to these big things that we have in common, then it starts looking for the smaller things that we have in common, the things that we do enjoy doing together, the things that we do believe, and the opinions that we have in common. But because I kept telling myself that we have nothing in common, I would say it to people just randomly when we were having conversations. Oh my gosh, my husband and I have nothing in common. We can't even find TV shows that we both like to watch together. Then my brain just keeps looking for that. But I ask, what else is true? And it opens myself up to the possibilities. We might have more in common than I think. And we certainly don't not have anything in common. We have some things in common. We share a house. So where in your life might you have a belief, something that you say over and over again in your mind or out loud or both, that might be keeping you stuck, that might be keeping you from the possibility of something better? And just off the top of my mind, it can be, I'm not a reader. I don't like to read. It can be, I'm a night owl, so I could never be a morning person. I'm a procrastinator. There's so many. I'm all or nothing. That's a huge one. That is a huge thing that keeps a lot of people stuck. I'm all or nothing. Well, if I'm all or nothing, then I'm probably going to choose nothing because I know I can't do it all. What if I'm not all or nothing? What if I can do a little bit at a time? I would love to hear what your sentence is, what your thought is that you have just believed to be true and have only allowed your brain to find evidence for that thing. What else might be true? And if you want help with this, I can absolutely help. I would love it. You can reach out, you can comment on this video, you can send me an email, hello@shannapizer.com. You can go to my website, shannapizer.com, and reach out through that. I have a reset weight loss group that I do periodically. Today is May 31st, and I have a workshop coming up on Sunday, June 2nd, all about the reset group. I would love to have you join in that. You can go to my website to sign up, and I'll have the link in the comments or in the description. If you are interested in one-on-one coaching, send me an email. You can sign up for a call through my website. If you would like coaching for your teen, or you know somebody else that would like coaching for their teen, please send them over. I would appreciate it. And I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day.